So, today we will start unit 3 on guided waves. So, till now in this course we have been solving waves which were propagating in unbounded medium. Okay, the medium was not bounded, medium was infinite, and then we were mostly looking at the plane wave solution. Okay. So, what we have done till now, I will write down here. So far we have seen propagation of plane EM waves in unbounded medium. Okay. So, when your medium is unbounded, or even if it is bounded from two sides, still we can ensure that electric field, magnetic field and direction of propagation are mutually perpendicular to each other. This we could ensure. Okay. So, now we are going to propagate, we are going to see the propagation of electromagnetic waves inside an confined geometry. So, if suppose I have a pipe like structure, okay, and I say that this is z direction and this the pipe goes like this and this is the y direction and this is the x direction. Okay. And if this pipe is metallic, it is a perfect conductor. So, propagation of EM waves inside such mediums will be different than what we have been learning till now. Okay, it will be completely different, and such mediums are called guides. What they are going to guide? They are going to guide waves, that's they are called waveguides. Okay. And in the waveguides, inside the waveguides, we generally treat the interference, of incident and reflected wave. So, if we go back to the last article or at the tail end of unit 2, we did do the reflection, transmission and incidence on oblique incidence and normal incidence, but in those cases the medium was unbounded. We were never looking at the interference, or actually we never thought that these transmitting, that is reflected and incident wave can ever they can ever interfere. But when we have a confined boundary, these waves can interfere because now they have to move within a very small space. Okay. So, in guided medium we generally treat the interference of incident and reflected wave. Okay. And application of such guided wave is mostly seen, you must have heard of optical fibers. So, optical fibers are also guided mediums for optical waves, for waves which are at optical frequencies. Okay. So, those waveguides are called optical fibers, whereas at microwave frequencies the waveguides are called just the waveguides. Okay. So, at light frequencies optical fibers are definitely not metallic. आप लोग जानते होंगे optical fibers are not metallic, they are made up of some dielectric material, whereas at microwave frequency waveguides are always metallic, their boundary is always metallic. Okay. So, today we will discuss the propagation of EM waves inside such medium. So, I can see that the axis of this pipe or the guide, I will call it guide from now on. So, axis of this guide is along x axis. Okay. So, I will call the x axis as the longitudinal direction. Okay. I will call the x axis as the longitudinal direction. Okay. Now, y and z directions are perpendicular to x, so we will call them as transverse direction. Okay. So, now we will go, we will start solving this problem. So, to solve this problem, I do not think we would require this diagram anymore. Just we need to remember that our wave is going to propagate along x direction. So, I will write down the electric field vector. So, my direction of propagation is along x axis. I will draw a small diagram here. I believe this is enough. So, my direction of propagation is along the x axis. So, I will definitely have now my electric field in the yz plane. Okay. Now, electric field will not be confined to one direction, but it will be spreading in a plane. It will not be along x axis, okay, because if the moment I put my electric field along x axis, I am going to defy the Maxwell's equation. So, I cannot put my electric field along the x axis, okay, at the moment. So, now we will, but shortly we will learn that in a confined boundary we cannot have Ex 0 along the direction of propagation. There will be some small component of Ex and Bx also along the direction of propagation, only in the confined medium. Okay. So, first I will define my medium. The boundaries are perfectly metallic. So, what does that say? If it is metallic, it means inside this boundary, inside metal, electric and magnetic field should be 0. Okay. E and B should be 0 inside the metal. Okay. And it is, pipe is filled with air filled hollow metallic pipe of arbitrary cross section. Okay. This cross section could be circular, rectangular or a square, anything, you can choose any cross section. So, we have taken an arbitrary cross section. So, the moment I say that my medium, this boundary is perfect metallic, this leads to a condition that E and B fields are 0 inside the boundary. Okay. E and B should be 0 inside because it is a perfect conductor. Now, from this condition I get two boundary condition. It is very important to have boundary condition when we are discussing the propagation of electromagnetic waves. Okay. So, the boundary conditions are tangential component of electric field, I will say tangential as E parallel, which is parallel to the boundary, should be 0, and normal component of magnetic field, that is the normal component of magnetic field at the boundary, should also be 0. Because only if these conditions are satisfied, then only I can ensure that E and B are 0 inside metal. So, these are the two boundary conditions that I would always want to satisfy. Okay. Now, if I am interested in plane monochromatic waves, monochromatic means one frequency. Okay. So, monochromatic is generally for all the electromagnetic wave. Okay. So, single frequency wave I am interested. So, I will define, I can define the entire propagation only if I am able to define electric and magnetic field. So, I define the electric field as E y z, it will be in the y z plane, some amplitude E naught into e to the power I k x minus omega t. Okay. Or let me make it a more general statement. Let me write that this electric field is actually function of x y z t with some E 0 component in y z direction. I will explain you why I am writing this. So, these are vectors and this is also a vector. So, this B will be a function of y, z and x, x is the direction of propagation. So, value of this B or E, the electric field or magnetic field vector will also depend upon the direction of propagation. Okay, that is why we have written this. Now, our aim is, what is our problem now? We have defined electric field, we have defined magnetic field, we know the boundary condition. What we are supposed to do? We are supposed to find E naught and B naught. We are supposed to find E naught and B naught, okay? And when as satisfying these boundary conditions, satisfying these two boundary conditions, and when substituted in these set of Maxwell's equations, okay. These are the 4 Maxwell's equations for air filled medium. For air filled medium, 1 by c square comes from u naught epsilon naught. Okay. So, now what is my problem here? I need to define a problem statement. I should know what I am going to do with so much of data. I am going to find the value of E naught B naught, okay, which satisfies this boundary conditions, and obeys these 4 Maxwell's equations, and will obey these 4 Maxwell's equations. Is it clear? My problem statement is, I have to find these E0 and B0, and these E0 and B0 must satisfy these boundary conditions, and also the resulting electric and magnetic field vectors should satisfy all these 4 Maxwell's equations. This is very, very important, okay, that they must satisfy these Maxwell's equations. So, let me start with an assumption, okay, because the medium is different and we have not seen such confined mediums earlier. So, we will start with some assumption and we will see that how our solution moves. So, let me assume initially that E naught also has, E naught vector has got an x component, okay, and B naught has got also an x component, because we say, we argue the statement is definitely not correct. Mathematical statement from Maxwell's point of view is not correct, but we counter argue, we say that in the confined medium it is very difficult to have the electric and magnetic field strictly in the transverse direction. So, we say there will be some component of electric and magnetic field in the transverse, in the longitudinal direction also. This is our argument. Maybe it is not true. If it is not true, if this assumption is not correct, we will land up with incorrect results. If it is correct, we will land up with correct results. Okay? So, we will move ahead with this. So, now if I substitute this value in these equations, let me say that these are equation set A, these are equation set B, and these 4 equations are equation set C. Okay. So, if I substitute the value of E0, B0 from set B into set A and then calculate, or I try to calculate equation 3 and 4 here, then what I would get? Generally, whenever we have to solve propagation, we solve the third and fourth Maxwell's equation to get the you take curl of E, and resulting equation will be a travelling wave solution in a given medium. So, it means if I substitute E naught and B naught in this equation and I take the E vector and B vector and substitute here in this equation, in these 2 equations, what I would get? So, we will get some equation which would look like this. I am going to remove this from here. So, I have del cross E is equal to minus del B by del T. Okay. I have propagation along the x direction. So, from here I can write that del over del x is simply I k and del over del t is simply minus of I omega. Okay. So, these we will keep in mind. So, I can see from the third equation, third Maxwell equation would result in following components. So, I have x, y, z. So, the x component would be, any question? So, the x component would be del over del y Ez minus del over del z Ey is equal to, that is minus del E over minus del B by del T. So, that will be I omega Bx, okay, I omega Bx. This just I am writing for writing the curl equation, nothing else. So, this will be I omega Bx. You all agree with me? This equation is right from the third Maxwell's equation. ठीक है ये? You got it, all of you? Now, the second equation would be, I call it A, second equation would be y component will be in terms of z. So, it will be del over del z Ex minus del Ez by del x is equal to I omega By. ठीक है ये? Now, I know that del over del x is Ik. Del over del x is Ik. Is it clear, Mridula? So, I can replace this del over del x here and I can write I k E z. ठीक है ये? The third equation would be, third component x, y, z, I will have 3 components. So, third component would be del over del x Ey minus del over del y Ex is equal to I omega Bz. ठीक है ये? तो यहाँ पे फिर हम रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं del over del x को as Ik. So, I have Ik here. Okay. So, I have taken, so I will just rewrite it, I have taken a little more space. So, I will write I k E y minus del over del y, same equation I am writing again, is equal to I omega Bz. Now from the fourth Maxwell's equation I will get similar components, del cross B is equal to 1 by C square del E by del T. Okay. So from there I will get, I can write it from here that my D equation, this is from the fourth Maxwell's equation. So I will get del over del y Bz minus del By by del Z is equal to I omega by C square Ex. ठीक है, ये माइनस साइन और आएगा, it is minus I omega. Then I will have equation E would be del Bx by del Z minus Ik Bz is equal to minus I omega by C square Ey. ठीक है ये. And then I will have F component, that would be Ik By minus del over del y Bx is equal to minus I omega by C square Ez. ठीक है ये. Is it okay? बताइए क्या हुआ. Now from these equations I should be able to find, see I say that Ex is 0, Bx is 0, then I should be able to find Ey, Ez and By, Bz. I have 6 equations and I need to find 4 unknowns, Ey, Ez and By, Bz. Can you do that? करिए ऐसे. Now you see, here I have Bz, I take the value of Bz from this equation and I substitute here. Okay. So I can see I will get Ey, this equation would result in Ey. So should we try to do that? So when I do that, that is from equation C n E, I will have, if I substitute C in E, I will have del Bx by del Z minus Ik. Now Bz would be one upon I omega and Ik Ey minus del Ex by del y. Is equal to minus I omega by C square Ey. ठीक है ये. Substitution correct है. Now can you tell me what is the value of Ey from here? बताइए. ये आ रहा है. अब Ez निकाल दीजिए ऐसे ही. Please check this solution. I think this should be the answer. And similarly, we can calculate By and Bz. You can check. So, what I have calculated is these two equations Ex, Ey and By, Bz. Okay. Now, we go back to our problem statement. What was our problem statement? To find E naught, it satisfies the boundary condition and obeys the Maxwell's equation. And E naught we defined as Exi plus Eyj plus Ezk. So, I have already calculated y and z component of electric and magnetic field. So, now remaining is E naught, Ex. I have to find out Ex. Okay. So, if I take the third and fourth Maxwell's equation, if I take the third and fourth Maxwell's equation and I do the curl of curl E and curl of curl B, what I would get would be a travelling wave solution in the x direction, isn't it? It will be a differential equation. जब आप curl of curl E लेते हैं तो आपको del square E minus some Ex is equal to 0 मिल जाता है. ठीक है. तो जब आप यहाँ पे जो रिटन इक्वेशंस थी आप उसके हिसाब से कर्ल ऑफ कर्ल ई लेंगे तो यू विल गेट अ सेकेंड ऑर्डर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन and the solution of that equation will give you Ex and Bx vector. Okay. So, first we will write that equation. So, I will remove this now from here. This will be the first equation. Okay. Now, solution of this equation will give me Ex. Solution of this equation will be Ex. And similarly, I will get del square by del y square plus del square by del z square plus omega by c whole square minus k square dx is equal to 0. This we are getting from third and fourth Maxwell's equation. Solution of these equation will give me Ex and Dx, but we have to remember there is a difference. These equations are coupled equations. These equations Ey, Ez, Dy, Bz are coupled equation. Same Maxwell equation is giving me all these components. I have taken the same only two Maxwell's equation. Using these two Maxwell's equation, I got these solutions. They are coupled Maxwell's, they are coupled solutions. These equations are coupled equation. If there is a change on one, there will be reflection on the other. Is it clear? So these four equations are coupled, these boxed equations are coupled equations, but these solutions are decoupled solutions. These solutions are decoupled solutions. Okay, this difference you should have it very, very clear in your mind. Okay. So the solution of electric and magnetic field along the direction of propagation in an confined medium is always a decoupled solution. I mean, electric and magnetic field are not related to each other. Okay, they are coming from independent equation, although at the back somewhere they are coupled, because I know only existence of electric field will generate a magnetic field, that comes from magnetic Maxwell's equation, but in general from here they are decoupled solution. Now we come to an important conclusion. If in a guided wave, if in a guided medium, if so happens that Ex is 0, आपने solve की equations, you solve these two equations and you see that Ex is 0. If Ex is 0, then the propagating mode is called a TE mode. If the electric field component along the direction of propagation is 0, that is, I say, I will remove this. This is important conclusion, because the whole unit would actually lie only on these 2-3 conclusions. So if from these two equations, I find out that Ex is 0, what is this? This is the longitudinal component of electric field is 0, then I say that the propagating mode is a transverse electric mode. Okay? Then propagating mode is TE. What is TE? TE mode. This is first conclusion. Transverse electric. If Bx is 0, if you solve, if you find that Ex is not equal to 0, but Bx is 0, then we call the mode as TM mode, transverse magnetic mode. Okay. However, if it so happens that Ex and Bx both are equal to 0, Ex and Bx, this decoupled solution, the solution is always 0 for all x, then I call these modes as TEM mode. This is transverse electromagnetic mode. Okay? Is it clear? So these three conclusions are very important. Whether we are going to do rectangular waveguide, cylindrical waveguide, or dielectric field waveguide, we will always rely on these three solutions. We will always look for whether the transverse electric field or magnetic field or transverse both the fields are 0 or non-zero. Okay. Now in a moment I would want to also clarify that in an confined medium, that is in a waveguide like structure, TEM mode can never propagate. In a waveguide like structure, that is in a pipe like structure, TEM mode, that is this third mode, will never propagate. Okay, we will prove this. So for proving this, I need to remove certain equations. Okay, I will remove this. Can I remove this? Can I rub this off? Okay. So, what I am going to prove now is that in this is what I claim. This is what I claim, the TEM mode cannot propagate. Okay. So, if I suppose that TEM mode is propagating, okay, if I have to prove something which is beyond the normal perception, okay, then I would always go with the contrary statement. I would say that TEM mode is propagating. If TEM mode propagates, then Ex should be equal to 0. If TEM mode propagates, Ex should be equal to 0. So, then from the first Maxwell's equation, del dot E is equal to 0. Okay. This would give me, from the first Maxwell's equation, I will get del Ey by del y plus del Ez by del z should be 0. Is it okay? Because del dot E is 0, that is the Maxwell's equations. And if Bx is 0, I say that TEM mode is propagating. Okay. So, if Bx is 0, then Bx should also be 0. Okay. Then from here, this equation, if Bx is 0, I can say del Ez by del y minus del Ey by del z is also 0, because Bx is 0, okay, from this equation. So, I can write here that del Ey, del Ez so this is coming from Bx equal to 0. So, what do I interpret? It means that divergence of E is always 0. Divergence of E is, or divergence of E0, you can say divergence of E0 is always 0. You can see here that del Ey by del y is 0, del Ez by del z is 0, Ex is already 0, and when I take the partial derivative like this, then also I find that it is equal to 0. So, I can say that divergence of E naught is always 0. Okay. So, it means electric field is a vector quantity. So, whenever I say that divergence of a vector field is 0, it means I can always represent that vector field in terms of a scalar potential. Okay. So, it means I can say that E naught, divergence of E naught is 0. This leads to that E naught can be written as gradient of a scalar potential phi. Okay. Scalar potential phi. But because E naught is 0, it means phi is constant. Phi will be a constant. Okay. If phi is constant, then d phi by dx will also be 0. It is the gradient. Okay. It is a qualitative proof, it is not a quantitative proof. So, it means this grad phi is 0, because phi is constant. E is 0, it means potential is constant all over this surface. So, if it is an equipotential surface, if I have an equipotential surface, it means there is no electric field inside, nowhere. That is the basic premise of an equipotential surface, and it is a perfect conductor. So, it is an equipotential surface, there is no electric field inside in any direction. If there is no electric field in any direction, then it means there is no propagation, but that is not true. Okay? So, it means our assumption was wrong. What we assumed? We assumed that TEM mode will propagate inside this, but now we see that when we assume this, we end up with wrong results which are not obeying the basic laws. So, it means TEM mode cannot propagate in confined medium. Is it clear? Clear? Okay. So, this is important. So, you must remember that in waveguides there will be never any TEM mode. We will have either TE mode or TM mode, but no TEM mode. It can never propagate because of these reasons. Okay. So, that is all for today.